Today we have some leaks that have come out for Susan Storm, Invisible Woman, and Marvel Rivals, as well as a skin leak. And of course, comment below and subscribe for your chance to win a battle pass. Make sure you comment below. And with that being said, the first leaked footage we have is going to be Invisible Woman Malice MVP screen, which is her skin that you can buy for her. It's definitely a very demonic skin to what we know Invisible Woman as. Here is a better look at it, as we have a standalone picture. And finally, we have the leaked gameplay of her. Check it out.
Vortex field! Disappear! You're grounded.
So we can see here, there's a spray image on the ground. It's pretty anime from the looks of it. I haven't seen anything anime-esque in Marvel Rivals, but this might be the first. And this seems to be the new New York map, but for some reason it portals into the training grounds. Or it could have been just a transition, but essentially we get to see a bit of her kit and how it works. I assume from the leaks, this is going to be her double jump. So she can only do one double jump. As she lands, she starts to shoot lasers. And it seems here her left click is an auto attack that goes through enemies or allies and then bounces back. Here she shoots a vortex field that apparently from the leaks from a leaker says this is a gravity bomb ability, dot damage plus CC as it pulls them all in. And then this last one is going to be a knockback tunnel ability that is supposedly to knock them back. And then this is apparently her ultimate, which is a big wide ring that heals teammates after the player chooses a deploy location. Although these are bots and I'm not sure if they deployed a location or if it's just like that in training mode. But apparently you're supposed to put a deploy location before you heal. And then she left clicks the bots and then they die. Apparently though, there's an invisibility on her and it might be her double jump. That might be the only invisibility about her. That's a little underwhelming if so. We also have the Reed Richards skin coming out.
I've got you! Double the failure! Fantastic!
This is what Susan Storm's model is probably going to be looking like in game. And in the gameplay reveal of Reed Richards, you clearly see Susan Storm on the right side shooting bouncing white beams coming back from the wall and damaging the enemy a second time, or probably healing your allies a second time as well. We can also see it's a projectile, so there will be some delay when you heal your teammates, unlike Luna Snow. We also have this new map, the Avenger Towers. It looks like it's going to be an escort map, as I do think it's not symmetrical. The left side doesn't look like it matches the right side. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I just noticed the middle left half is broken while the right side is not. But domination maps tend to reshape the environment, so I believe it's domination, but it just doesn't look symmetrical. Unless maybe that middle thing on the left is breakable. Even then, it still doesn't make sense. Next up, we have the new rank system, which is adding Celestial in between Grandmaster and Eternity. Apparently, there's a big ELO inflation gap in Grandmaster, so that's why they're doing this. And the Season 1 pass will feature double the content. You can see there's a new Loki skin, a Wolverine skin, as well as a Scarlet Witch skin. The Doom match is the new Marvel Rivals game mode coming in Season 1. It's a free-for-all match for 8 to 12 players that takes place in the expansive Sanctum Sanctorum map. When a predetermined amount of KOs are reached, the top 50% of players emerge victorious. Here we have new skins that are coming out for Twitch drops, Will of Galacta spray, nameplate, and skin. Funny enough, it's going to be a Hela skin. And this is what Sue Storm might look like in the select wheel, although it's probably just a placeholder and nothing special because it looks really bad. Human Torch also got a leak and it was very accurate to what we see right here. Human Torch's left click is going to be Fire Cluster launching a forward splittable fireball. Now, is it going to be some weird Volkos geometry stuff, or is it going to be it hits the target and then it splits into more fireballs? We're not sure, but that's going to be his main projectile primary fire. Next up is going to be a team up with Storm, and he has an active on his X key, Omega Fire. Storm can consume one of Human Torch's fire tornadoes into her ultimate to ignite her hurricane. Likewise, Human Torch can turn Storm's Hurricane into a fiery hurricane with his ultimate, which will then enlarge and intensify any of his fire tornadoes caught in its path. Weirdly enough, this does seem like a bonus to his ultimate, but it is on a key, like the X key, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. We'll just have to see what happens in game. The next one is going to be his ultimate, Supernova. Unleash shockwaves to deal damage to enemies within range. During skill activation, the flame field will transform into a flame tornado. Kind of reminds me of Scarlet ult, but probably just producing a bunch of shockwaves around him. Like Thor's ultimate, how it makes a bunch of damage before he ults. Except he does have flame field, so you probably want to throw your flame field before the ultimate to turn them into fire tornadoes. And what's a flame field? Well, that would be his right click button. Launch a fireball to create a flame field at the targeted area. So this ability is going to be insane for choke points. How are enemies supposed to get by this? Who knows? They have to walk through it and take some damage. And the next one is going to be Plasma Body. Hold L shift to enter a state of accelerated ascent. So probably something like Iron Man's flight or even Star-Lord's. Pyro Prison. Connect flame fields to form a firewall that deals burning damage to enemies. So this hero is going to be a very zone control heavy that isn't just throwing fireballs at people, it's going to be very zone control heavy. Now, Flaming Meteor, dive towards the ground and stun nearby enemies. This is interesting as he's probably going to have 250 health and be very squishy, but it does stun them. So I assume it's going to be something like Venom that can just stun enemies instead of knocking them up. But he's going to be right into the enemy, and yes, he's probably going to be a duelist. I'm not sure, a squishy ranged duelist going headfirst into enemy. We'll see if he dies or not. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Thing. Slam Moment Q. This will be his ultimate. Uses Tremendous Force to knock all enemies in front of you into the air. So I'm guessing he slams the ground and everyone's just stunned into the air, so everyone could just shoot him. I'm thinking something similar to Doctor Strange's ultimate, but we'll see what happens. Maybe you can actually move around a bit. The next one is going to be Furious Charge. Continuously charge forward, lifting up enemies in your path, leaving behind a seismic zone that prohibits displacement. I did think this was like Namor's ultimate, where it doesn't allow you to use mobility abilities, but apparently I think it means you just can't be displaced, like Venom diving into you and launching you up, or Magic launching you into air with her E. That's what I think, but this seems like a nerf to some of the champions that might be on your team. Next up is going to be Battle Support E. Jump towards teammates and adds damage reduction to them and yourself. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of Hulk Gamma Shield, but this one seems like you can target your own allies and then give them damage reduction, so we'll see what happens with this one. He is kind of like Hulk in terms of their battle styles in the movies and comics. Next up is going to be his left click combination punch, quick and continuous punches. I feel like this is going to be like Hulk left click, but a bit faster, maybe a lot faster. Next one is going to be Thunderbolt Punch. Deliver a devastating punch through his right click. So it's going to do a lot of damage, just like Hulk's right click, but it's not going to be ranged. It's going to be up close and personal. You'll probably see a left click to right click combo, and he has a passive Solid as Rock, immune to enemy knockback, knockdown, and other displacement effects. So he's actually immune to Namor's ultimate. That actually knocks you down. He's immune to Magic's E combo, which launches you in the air, Venom's diving strike. I think he's even immune to Spider-Man slinging him to him. He's going to be maybe a counter to Thor, as Thor can't even shift him. He's going to be a very interesting character and a counter to some matchups, so we'll see. This is what actually probably makes him different than Hulk. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and comment below to enter yourself into the battle pass, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.